So here is the number one way that I get sales without advertising or doing any work. And it's like you literally will do the minimum. You don't have to really do anything. You post, of course, on Instagram here and there, on TikTok here and there, YouTube here and there. But you don't have to go live or, spend 8 hours on live trying to get sales or, dealing with live, barely having viewers in there. So here you go. So here's how I used to get sales every day. I used to go live every single day and spend hours on there and do giveaways, and offer incentives so people can order. It was a lot of work, very draining. And so I was like, I need to figure out a way to get sales that I don't actually have to do this, especially, it's especially good for people who are moms or you have other responsibilities, you have other things to do, you have to clean, you know what I'm saying? You have to take care of the house. So this is the way that I get sales without having to do work. So it's 3 letters. You might have heard of it before. You might have never heard of it. SEO. SEO for your website. And a lot of people don't even know what SEO is, which is crazy. Like, I've heard of it before I actually SEO optimized my website, but it's something that people really charge a lot for. They charge thousands for you to have your website SEO optimized. You can easily do this yourself. I wouldn't say easily because it's an easy thing, but it's a lot of hours being put into doing it. So it's time consuming, but it's easy. You just really have to, sit down and dedicate the time towards doing it. Like me personally, I sat down. I was like, I'm not paying anybody. Like me, I like to actually try to do things myself. If it's something that I just absolutely feel like I cannot do this, I will pay somebody to do it. But I'm a go-getter. So I sat down and I was like, let me figure out this SEO thing and see if this actually works. And guys, when I tell you, a little bit after I SEO optimized my website, I was getting sales straight from Google search results. And I can tell because when I go through my orders, it'll show first session from Google, organic search, basically saying my SEO optimization worked for whatever products I was trying to SEO optimize. And so here's how. So let's start with what is SEO. It's search engine optimization. You've probably heard of it before, but a lot of people do not know what it is. So what does Google look for on your website to determine where to rank you? Firstly, they look at the purpose of your website. They want to know your website reputation, your website authority, the quality of your website, and the amount of, content that you have on your website. They want to look at the user interaction with your website, how much time they spend on there. And they want to make sure that you're not a scam. That's the biggest thing. So I'll get into the 8 very important SEO ranking factors. So before I do, I'm going to say that SEO has a lot of components within it. I'm going to share 8 most important components that I feel like is very important that helped me out. And there is a way for you to check your SEO score on your website. And you guys, this is something that people gatekeep. And it's not very widely spread across business owners. Small business owners, they always do, how to get sales, but nobody ever talks about SEO, which is, it's something that needs to be talked about because it's definitely it's one of the ways that you can actually do other things and make money on your website. You don't always have to focus on that every single day. How to make sales. You can actually focus on other things. Maybe you want to do other business ventures, and this is literally the way how. So the first important SEO ranking factor is having a secure website. So firstly, if you use Shopify, you're already in good hands because Google does trust Shopify stores because they're secure. It's not saying that they don't trust, Wix, Ecwid. I'm not sure where those type of websites will rank on Google, but I do know that Shopify stores genuinely do rank very great on Google. So that is one. And then number 2 is going to be mobile friendliness. So most people use their phones, so it's important that your website focuses more on mobile friendliness. If you are building your website on the laptop, you need to make sure that it's also very mobile friendly. Personally, I like to edit my website and everything on my phone and then look at it on my phone. Like, I care more about my mobile friendliness because I see that people shop more on their phones than they do on a desktop. So you don't want to build your website from your desktop, or, make sure that it's at least mobile friendly if you do. So next, number 3 is your domain age, which is just how long you've had your website domain. The longer you've had it, the better. So me, I've had my website domain for about probably, going on 3 years, which is good. However, there are a lot of competitors in my same niche on Google that are ranking for, the same things I'm ranking for, that have been around for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Or maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but they've been around for a really long time, however long Google's been around, or websites or internet or whatever. And that is something you can definitely compete with them. You just have to make other components of your website better. Like, if somebody has been around for longer than you, of course, their website authority is going to be much better than yours, but you can do it. So fourthly, your website authority is a factor, which is factored by many different things. Increasing website authority is one of the biggest ways to rank in Google search rankings. And this is something that, it needs a whole video on its own, because website authority, there's many different factors that factor into what your website authority score is. Everybody does have a website authority score, whether you know it or not. I'm telling you, you do have one, and you need to figure out what it is. And this could really be a way why your website's just always dry. You don't get a sale unless you're just constantly posting every hour, constantly on live, and that's something that you need to change. Number 5 is your page speed, which is how fast your website loads. And there are many factors that can determine how fast your website loads, which I will make a video about how to improve your page speed and how to actually see your page speed number. Everybody can see, especially if you have Shopify, you can see what your page speed is, and but a lot of people don't know how to actually make it better. So I will do a video on that. Number 6 is optimized content. So using keywords, having lengthy descriptions, having good quality product photos, and not using duplicate content from other websites, because there are some people that will go on a website that's similar to theirs, kind of in the same niche, and they will copy content from them, copy photos, exact photos, and just everything. But that will actually hurt your Google search rankings. So you want to take your own product photos, or, you can use stock photos, because a lot of people do it and they still rank very high. It's not an issue. You just have to make sure that your other content on your website is like description wise and title wise, everything cannot be copy paste, or else you will be flagged. Number 7 is user experience, which is your click-through rate, your bounce rate, how long people stay on your website. And it does tell Google if your website is what that person was looking for. And if, you're ranking you want to rank for a certain search term, and that person exactly searched that up and they went on your website, they got off immediately, it's kind of telling Google that that's not what they were looking for. Number 8 is very important, so you need to listen up. Backlinks, which is such a strong SEO ranking factor. This will also help you increase your website authority. And I'm going to do a video on how to increase backlinks and how to get them to increase your website authority, because this is definitely something that can help you increase your website authority score super high. And it really builds the foundation of your website. So if you can go through your website and make changes and check your SEO score, it's a process, but totally worth it, because this is how so many businesses get sales without having to go live and put so many hours in every single day. So if you're one of those people that's constantly either not getting sales, or you are putting in so much work to get your sales, you feel like you're begging, you're having to do giveaways, you're having to do so much, you need to SEO optimize your website, and you need to work on it. And I'm not saying this is going to happen in a week, 2 weeks. This is something, it's a process. However, there are some changes that you can immediately go ahead and do, which is what I did. And I am still working on my SEO optimization, but it has definitely showed me results just from making those minor little changes. And I am still working on my backlinks and increasing my domain authority because, like I said, I've had my domain for about 3 years. So you need to increase that domain authority. So if this is something that you want to, continue to learn about and increase your website, make your website better, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, y'all. Comment down below any questions that you have about it, and I will be happy to answer.